So welcome all of you to this NEMAC meeting. I would now like to invite the Prime Minister to chair the meeting.
Morning, everyone. Thank you very much for coming to this meeting at such late notice, but it's an emergency, and I'm sorry that we had to call you out and on such short notice. I want to thank the Minister for Education, who had a meeting on Tuesday. I want to thank him for having it, and I want to also thank you for attending. Between Tuesday and now, it looks like things have changed rapidly, and although we cannot really determine the cause of nature, I think it was important that we meet to first. We can review our protocols, review where we are, and knowing that if something happens, we are ready. So basically, this meeting is going to be, I'm going to be hearing from, I want to welcome the members of my cabinet who have come, and some more will be coming later. Basically, this meeting would be a meeting for each of the agencies to report as to where they are, the state of preparedness, just a short summary of where they are, so we can be able to summarize our exact positions, where we are, and then I'll let you go back to your respective places so you can deal with the issues you have to deal with in-house. Is that acceptable? Yes. Good. So let's start with the Ministry of Infrastructure.
Yes, good morning, Prime Minister, good morning. Minister for Education, CAPSEC, and Head Table. And good morning to other members of the Cabinet and other colleagues and the Ministry of Infrastructure or Department of Infrastructure. We've started assiduously. We started with our reviewing of our disaster response or weather-induced plan. We've had, even up to yesterday, our team and our ministry serve as the first responder. So the chief engineer had the entire troops yesterday going through our protocols, and our team are quite ready. We've prepared, and all of our supplies and our vehicles are ready, because in the event of a strike, we have to first go in there and assess and perhaps give the responses to the Prime Minister and to CAPSEC in order for the all clear to be determined. In terms of what we've done physically on ground, we've started our desilting program, analyze and assess the critical areas. So we have had excavators and other equipment and other personnel working and getting work done. That should allay the fears of the public to a great extent. We've also even doing a bit of cutting off some overhangs that we believe may pose a risk to the public. And so we continue to receive calls and requests for us to respond and to act. So we've done and responded to quite a bit of it. One I can say is, for example, the Castries Constituency Council. So we've went in, double-checked the pumps. We have one pump on the waterfront with two pumps in here in that pump house. We've assessed them, and we've also had our pump attendant on standby and ready to go. They are supposed to come in automatically. In the event that it is not, then he will switch it on. There's also another one within the compound, in Slasper's compound, that we've already checked, and they are in working order. So on this basis, we believe that there's a certain degree of comfort within the city when it comes to the pumping equipment. Overall, I can say, Prime Minister and the team, that Ministry of Infrastructure, and one of the things I say is where we get our anxiety is whether our team will be and are ready to respond. So our human resource, we believe they're sufficiently oiled, they're sufficiently motivated, and they are, at this point, appreciative of when the all clear will be given. Because sometimes they get nervous about whether the all clear are for the first responders. Should the first responders, at what point do the first responders go out? So that, I think, there's been a lot of attempts to try to clarify the situation, and I think this has been done sufficiently, although we can reiterate it at this meeting. I think it's important for all of us to know when should the first responders, what is the all clear, and when should the first responders go out. And then that would be followed by that all clear to the public that you can now proceed. Issuing our pre-hurricane program, so we identify a series of water courses and drains that needed clearing. We started in that, not in all constituencies have gone out on this, but we also had our team to identify from the chief engineer's end critical areas we believe that are choked at this point, areas we believe even if they are clear, they may pose a risk. So we've gotten some equipment. I went driving from the north last night, maybe after, I think it was probably about 8 o'clock in the Badawanj River, there was an excavator working. That's just one example of it.
Because it wasn't mine, right?
Yes, we've identified and we're out there, and even today we are responding.